What's happening, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. So in this video I'm going to be doing a full review on the electric bike that I use to do my deliveries. Now I've had this bike for about 2 months and a company called eMovement have sent this bike to me. They're not paying me, so this is my honest opinion on the bike. I mean, I'm going to tell you all the good things and I'm going to tell you a few bad things about the bike. So it's not just going to be purely like me telling you just how good this bike is. So yeah, guys, let me show you the bike that I'm talking about. I mean, there it is on top of the hill, looking amazing as ever. So this bike is called the Thunder version 4, and as you can see, it is a fat tired electric bike. Now let me just pan around for you so you get a full view of this bike. Also, we've got the old castle in the background. So yeah, guys, as you can see, the bike colour that I have is matte black, and the frame is made out of aluminium, and the bike weighs, with the battery on the bike, 26 kilograms, which isn't actually that heavy. The bike is powered by a 500 watt motor, which is on the back wheel. The bike comes with Logan hydraulic brakes, and I'm telling you, these are probably the most powerful brakes that I've ever had on an electric bike. I mean, when you're traveling at about 20 miles an hour and you need to stop, these brakes are definitely stopping you. The bike comes with lockable hydraulic front suspension. So yeah, by turning this knob on top of the forks, that's now locked, which means you don't have any front suspension. The front suspension is locked out. Turn it the other way, the front suspension is unlocked, which is an amazing feature on this bike. So the bike has 8 Shimano gears. To change the gears, you literally flick this up to go down, and when you want to go up gears, you press the button underneath. But I will be showing you that once I'm on the bike riding it. If your legs are feeling a little bit tired and you don't want to be pedaling anymore, the bike does have a throttle as well, which I probably use the most, especially at the end of my deliveries and my legs are feeling a little bit tired. I just use the throttle all the time. So let's talk about how you turn the bike on. So this bike actually comes with a kind of a like ignition, I suppose. So it comes with some keys. You turn it to the right, that powers the bike. But to actually turn the bike on, you have an on button. So you hold the middle button, then the screen will turn on. Now this screen's pretty cool. It tells you your speed, so in the middle that is how fast you're going, how much battery you got in the bike, so as you can see I've got full battery. Below is how many miles you have actually done on the bike, so as you can see I'm just about to hit 100 miles. So I've set this bike up to have 3 modes. So you have the first mode, which you can get about 15 miles an hour. Second mode, you get about 20, and on the third mode I've actually reached speeds of about 30 miles per hour, which is incredible. Now to go up through the modes, you have a plus button, then you have a minus button below. Obviously you press the plus to go up the modes, and then down if you want to go down the modes. So the battery itself is actually integrated into the frame. So at first glances of this bike, you wouldn't actually think it's an electric bike. You've got a little button on top of the battery. If you press that once, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's got like a little gauge to tell you how much battery the battery actually has. Now let's talk about the battery. The battery is a 48 volt, 10 amp hour Panasonic battery, and on a full charge, you can get anywhere between 25 to 50 kilometers, which in miles is about 31 miles. So you can get pretty far on a full charge. Now you can actually remove the battery from the frame, and it's pretty easy. So they send you 4 keys. 2 of the keys are going to turn the bike on, which is these 2. And the other 2 is what releases the battery. So what I'm going to do is insert the key here, turn it to the left. That now unlocks the battery, and all you do is slide it out. And there we go. The battery is fully removed from the bike. Now to put the battery back on the frame, all you've got to do is insert it down there at the bottom. So what you've got is some little lugs at the bottom which guide the battery in. And then basically slide it in, make sure it's properly in there. Turn the key back to the right, and the battery is now secured back onto the bike. Now they do say on the website the maximum rider weight is 120 kilograms. Now I've almost hit 120 kilograms, I'm not quite that. I mean, I might be after Christmas, but I reckon you can be slightly over that and still ride this bike to its full potential. They also say the maximum rider height for this bike is 5'5". Now I'm 6'2", and I have no problem at all riding this bike. So I think they need to change that on their website to say about 6', 6'2" is the maximum rider height for this bike. So yeah guys, that is the bike. That's all the specs. Leave a comment down below what you think of it. I think this is probably the best looking bike that I've ever owned. Also the most powerful bike that I've ever owned. I mean, when it comes to hills and that, which you guys will find out later on in the video, it is a breeze. Like before I got an electric bike, or before I got this electric bike, I used to fear hitting a hill, because I knew once I got to the top of that hill, I was going to be a sweaty mess. And I'd be getting to customers' houses, yeah, looking like I've just done a round of Mike Tyson. Right, so my plan for today is we are going to cycle over to that island that you can see in the distance. Now that island is called Portland, and if you've watched any of my other videos in the past, you know I've spoken about Portland and the history about Portland. But we're going to head over there and see if we can get to the top. Now once we get to the top, we have some of the best views I think that the UK has to offer. So I'm going to jump on the bike now, and we're going to cycle over to Portland. I'll see you guys in a bit. Right then guys, so we're now on the bike and we are starting our mini adventure to Portland. So yeah guys, as you can see, I am on a slight off-road track. I mean, it's nothing over the top, but it's enough to show you just how well this bike eats up all the bumps. I'm just using the throttle as well, so I'm not even pedaling. So yeah, that's a little bit of off-roading for you guys. I'm now going to head back onto the proper cycle path, carry on with our adventure. Right guys, we are now entering Portland Sailing Academy. Now this sailing academy was where they hosted the 2012 Olympic sailing. So we've got a bit of Olympic history here, which was pretty incredible. I mean, for Weymouth and for Portland to host the Olympics down here, yeah, it was incredible, and I can remember it clear as day. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, if I'm honest with you. I'm saying it as if it was like 40, 50 years ago. In which I would never have remembered it because I wouldn't have been alive. That's cool. Morning. That's so cool. The bloke was skiing on the road. I've never seen that before. Have you guys ever seen anything quite like this? It's like a multi-storey car park, but for boats, which is pretty incredible. But anyway, let's talk more about the bike. So E-Movement have a massive sale on at the moment. This bike was going for £1,799.99p. With the sale that they've got at the moment, the bike is now going for £1,299.99p. So you're saving a massive £500. Also, I've got a further discount code that I'm going to be putting in the description, which gets you an extra £75 off this bike. Urbex21 is the code you need to use when checking out with this bike, and I don't know when they are going to be putting the price back to £1,799. So grab one before they go back up, guys, seriously. Also, this bike is going to make an amazing Christmas present. If anyone in your family is after an electric bike, definitely check out eMovement. After you. That's all right, no problem. Right, we are now approaching our first hill. As I said, we are on our way to the top of Portland. So, I managed to make it to the top of Portland. That was probably the easiest I've ever got up that hill. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, usually I'll be out of breath now, and I'll be probably out of breath for a good, like, 15 minutes afterwards. This has been quite a fun cycle so far. I mean, it stopped raining, which is a bonus. And we are cycling on some pretty decent tracks at the moment. Right, which way do I go? Right or left? I'm gonna go left. Morning. Morning. You all right? Yeah. So another thing I've noticed when cycling this bike is you get a lot of attention. A lot of people you cycle past do want to stop you and ask you about this bike, because it does stand out. I mean, with the big tyres and obviously the battery, yeah, people are going to ask questions. So if you do like attention, you're definitely going to get it on this bike, that's for sure. Another thing I love about electric bikes is if you're not the fittest of people and you want to go out on a long adventure on your bike, you're going to be able to do it on an electric bike without getting out of breath, which is amazing. I think what we're going to do now is that we're going to head to Portland Lighthouse, which is on the other side of Portland. Hey guys, how's it going? What's it like living on the top of Portland? Pretty cold, right? I mean, you guys seem pretty happy. You've got a coat on, your mate doesn't. You are obviously the favourite horse. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. We're going to go to the lighthouse. Catch you guys later. Am I slowly starting to lose the plot? Like, I'm just randomly talking to two horses. So I've had to cycle up quite a few hills today, and I've only lost 1 bar of battery, which is incredible. And there she be, Portland Lighthouse. We have made it, guys. It's been a fun cycle to get here. Even more so doing it on an electric bike. I mean, I don't feel like I've gone 3 rounds with Mike Tyson. I haven't lost any energy. It's just been a pleasure. It's just been an amazing cycle up here. But there we have it, guys. we have now made it to the top of Portland. We have made it to Portland Lighthouse. And that ride was amazing. That bike is amazing. I mean, I think overall, from Weymouth to here, it took me probably about 40 minutes to get here. If I was doing it on a normal bike, it would take me well over an hour, maybe 2 hour and a half. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've done it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to clean it though when I get home. I mean, we've been on some pretty decent trails today. I mean, nothing over the top, but just to show you guys just how well this bike does off-road. So again, yeah, if you are interested in purchasing one of these bikes for Christmas, I am going to leave a link down below. It will take you straight to the page you need to go to for this bike. Also, I have a discount code, which is Urbex21, which will give you an extra £75 off. I mean, eMovement already doing a sale. Like I said, £500 has already been taken off this bike. So with my discount code, you will get an extra £70 off. Also as well, if you do use my discount code, you will be helping me fund this channel as well. So you'll be helping me out a little bit, so I do appreciate it. So this bike, with the specs, I do not think you can get a bike any cheaper than this. I mean, you can look online at other bikes with exactly the same specs, and even with worse specs, and they're still like twice the price. So yeah guys, I am going to end today's video here. I hope you have enjoyed my review of this bike. I mean, I know it hasn't been the best review, but I'd like to think that I've gone through everything that this bike can do. Again, like I said, if you are interested, check out the link below. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. There will be more Uber Eats videos coming very, very soon. I've just been very, very busy with other things. But yeah, until next time guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.